welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we discuss queer media, especially when it's black and especially when it's woman. I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Wu.
And I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And today we're going to be talking about Harlem, Season 2, Episode 1. But before we get into all that,
make sure you subscribe.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
Because you want to know when we're dropping content. Period. And because you want to keep up with Harlem. And we going to talk about every episode.
Yes, indeed. And we talked about Harlem last season. So if you haven't seen our commentary on all of that, you have more than enough to dig into and to catch up to where we are.
Absolutely.
So, bam.
With that, let's get into the episode.
Let's go. All right. So, what was your favorite part of episode 1?
Oh, my gosh. I think it was all the Quinn parts.
Fair.
Her just enthusiasm about being queer and this newfound release of herself. It's just a fun ride. So when we first see her, she's like super excited, so elated about how well her date went with Isabella and how she's having an awesome queer night that she doesn't even see like how upset Camille is. Like she is just overjoyed, baby dyking to the fullest, just having a great time. And when they're at the salon and she's automatically on like Angie sees a guy that she thinks is cute, so she's commenting it to the group, and then Camille comments like, yeah, he is fine, and then Ty is like, he's a man, and Quinn's like, ditto. It is hilarious because she's still bisexual, but
yeah, she's really leaning in.
She's leaning totally in. And I mean, women are amazing, so I don't blame you, Quinn. Like, yes,
embrace this lesbian relationship in this time.
Yes,
that's fun. That's real. No, totally. I absolutely agree with you. I think favorite moments, it's hard to pick a favorite moment out of that first episode because there were just so many funny moments and quirky moments with Quinn, and especially in this exploration, I guess. I don't want to call it an exploration, but I guess like first experience, not exploration. Well, I hope it's not an exploration, but let's see.
It seems like it's not going to be just an exploration.
I feel that.
All right.
I'll leave it there.
Boom.
All right. So what, who was your woman crush?
I mean, it's Quinn.
Obviously, that's Quinn. Where we are. Yeah.
Angie, close second. I mean, Angie is looking fine, but character-wise, Quinn is killing it.
That's fair. Honorable mention, I'm gonna throw Isabella in there. And you know what? I do like the blonde hair on Ty.
Yeah. Honestly. And the fits. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really tough to make Ty a woman crush though, because Ty is just
terrible.
So trashy.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
But that's, we'll get there.
Okay, I have another woman crush, and it is on Deirdre Govan, who is the costume designer this season. I had to go find out who is this person because the fits are beautiful. I mean, they look gorgeous. Sometimes I'm like, it feels a little impractical for, what they're doing with their day. But I'm like, no, go full out, Gorgeous fashion, so I have a crush right there.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's say that, That's what's up.
Awesome. So, what can stay for you and what can go?
In this particular episode, I'm struggling with Ty's whole situation. Yeah. Like, Ty goes to get a dog in order to figure out if she, can do a committed relationship at all. Yeah. Because it's all failed relationships before this. And she goes and sits with this dog, spends time with the cutest dog ever.
Just so cute. Oh my gosh. Wrinkles on wrinkles on wrinkles. Just amazing.
And quickly realizes, you know what? No, I can't do this. Goes to get a cactus, right? And then, finds a way to...
Hustles the woman for the cactus.
It's terrible. But, ruins the cactus. And it's just, all of this mess. So, that can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I don't know why Ty's so trash. Girl, who hurt you?
Really.
Because I'm like, it's one thing to... it's one thing to be a hoe. Pro hoe, do your thing. If you want to fuck around, fuck about it. Fuck around. But what you shouldn't do is fuck around with people's feelings and their time. Like, you should be honest. You should be respectful. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's why you're finding yourself in all these fucked up situations. So, yeah, that can go. What can stay is at least her friends. Sometimes they're not, like, as forwardly honest about it, but none of them are co-signing her bullshit.
That's true.
And I feel like they're good friends for that, at least.
I don't know. I mean, yes.
And they all have bullshit that they're on.
They all have bullshit, but... Man, okay. I feel like I'm kind of like leaning in episode 2, and I know that they like release them on top of each other. So it's like, I don't want to like divulge too much. I'm emotionally charged right now, so I'm trying to like, okay, focus on episode 1. So yeah, there's that. I mean, what can stay? You know, I really loved, and I guess this is kind of queer canon for me too. So I'm kind of crossing over.
Okay, crossover.
I'm crossing over to where does this fall into queer canon for me? And I feel like I really want to shout out this episode with Quinn and Ty going to the sex store. Yeah. And then not just them going to the sex store. Okay, but they go through, they talk through all this stuff. They spent a lot of money on sex toys, and Ty gives some, somewhat decent and also some questionable advice. But they take, Quinn takes all these toys to the bedroom with Isabella and pulls them out, and and Isabella's like, you know what, we don't need any of that, we can just do our thing. I think that's a beautiful moment, but I think what was the most amazing thing that I feel like queer canon really falls into it for me is Quinn with the strap. I'm at Quinn with the strap. Because, okay, we just finished watching the L Word Generation Q. We've been watching the L Word, all of the L Words, blah. And we never get the strap situation. We got a strap situation one time with Micah, but, like, I think I don't know. There was just something about the presentation of knowing, like, yes, this is a thing. This is a thing that lesbians do. It's still it still felt very woman-centered, even with the presentation of the strap. So I feel like I want to just give them, like, a star. Like, I want to give them, like, a gold star for putting the strap in this scene, Quinn embracing it, really leaning into the full lesbian shit, and womp, womp, womp. Those are my feelings.
I love it. Yeah, they need to bring the diversity of how people are engaging in sex to the table. And there are so many different ways. Like, so I welcome it all.
Yeah.
And to see a sex shop that had such a comprehensive section for women loving women, like, it'd be sparse in some of these places. Like, super sparse, super, like, super hetero-centered, and so that was just fun to see, and to see that they could share that moment together. What can stay in is also queer canon for me is the way that these friendships don't have the stigmatizing dynamic that many shows present when there are queer people involved in the circle. I feel like there's a comfort that Camille and Angie have. I feel like who knows what that was early in their friendship with Ty, how much Ty had to cultivate that friendship, and, like, I mean, Ty is also terrible at relationships, so maybe they're just happy to see, like, a friend who wants to be with a woman as much as she's attracted to women. Yeah. But I think, just their friendship is beautiful. The fact that we have 2 queer characters.
Come on.
2 women-identified queer characters in a friend group on a show, and we follow each of their storylines. They're not just, like, the other friend. I'm here for all of it.
I hear that. Me too.
And I'm super here for it because I'm like, when you have 2 characters, when it's not just one, one doesn't have to carry the identity of the community.
Yes.
And so their characters get to be heavily flawed in totally different ways, because it's like, oh, well, I can see like some truth in here and some truth in there, and a little bit of what I understand about the community and the identity here. It's just like, when you don't have to fight to be the only character, you don't have to be the example character. And then you can actually have fun writing your show and showing these different storylines.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yes, thank you.
Totally.
Boom. So that's episode 1, y'all.
Yeah, episode 1 of Harlem. And episode 2 is also fun. Yeah. And we're going to get into that later. So,
tune in.
Bam, bam.
All right.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.